Warning: sensitive content. North Korea say it stands with Russia against NATO's brutal threat. North Korea even blamed the US for the crisis in Ukraine, saying that the West forced Russia to take military action in Ukraine to protect itself.
The West is not brutal. Russia is a brutal one.
Absolutely.
Russia started it all. Yeah.
That's right, absolutely.
And even if the West did something to Russia or provoke Russia, it has nothing to do with the poor, placid, and humble farming population of Ukraine. If the West did not have Ukraine, then should North Korea be happy to see that Russia is coming and just killing children, women, raping everybody, and then bombing and destroying every city like that? And the West should just fold their hands and watch, stand by and look on? Would North Korea be happy to see that? Would North Korea, for example, be happy to experience that kind of thing for themselves?
No. Baba Vanga, the lady prophet, predicted a solar tsunami and also a nuclear explosion will go off in 2023. The toxic clouds will be seen over Asia, and the solar tsunami will fatally destroy the Earth's magnetic field, causing blackouts and communication failures.
I did read about that. Heaven told me it will be in North Korea.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The explosion will be in North Korea. I want to tell the North Korean leaders and the government there, please don't touch nuclear power. Don't develop any nuclear tech because your people might not have enough talent, might not have enough knowledge or technical advancement to develop nuclear weapons. And it might, cause an accident and you blow your own country up.
Oh.
That's what they told me.
Wow.
Heaven told me.
The Chinese people might have some economic setback, then they might use Taiwan as an excuse to blur it out.
Oh.
Or the karma of Taiwan is big enough for that to happen.
Wow.
But Heaven told me that if China ever invades Taiwan, then China will lose. I say, huh? How can they lose? China is big, Taiwan is small. How can they lose?
Wow.
They say because America will not let China invade Taiwan. And America will win, not China.
You mentioned also that some countries have more karma. Could you please tell us which countries?
I wish I never had to know about it, and I wish I never have to tell. But I answer you, maybe the world should know so that they will consider and pray to God for forgiveness or have to consider and reflect on their own behavior as the governmental body or as individual citizens. The country who has the worst karma in the whole world is Iran.
Wow.
And it's not the whole of Iran. In some countries, it's concentrated in only one area.
Yes.
And the rest of the areas have less. For example, in Tehran, it's 72% karma.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Bad karma. I hope the people of these top 10 countries and the rest of the world do reflect within, do ask God for forgiveness, do turn around and be real humans with benevolence, with mercy, with compassion. Turn around, be vegan, make peace.
Please continue watching to find out more. During a work-related phone call with a Supreme Master Television team member on Tuesday, January 31st, 2023, our most loving Supreme Master Ching, vegan, kindly shared her thoughts on some recent world events and other important topics, as she also graciously revealed information given by Heavens regarding the individual karma of some countries.
Hi, Master. How are you, Master? I'm okay. Not too busy. No, it's okay. We can talk. Yes, please, Master. Master, I have some things that I would really like to report. There is some good news. Firstly, Lady Susan Hussey has come into the royal fold and is seen with King Charles III and Princess Anne at a church service.
She come back into the royal household.
Yes, it seems like that.
Good, that's what she deserves.
Yes.
They should return to her honor. She can be a lady, especially when you don't always deal with, unusual situations and unusual people.
Yeah, that's right.
Fabulous people.
True.
Okay, so I'm glad. This is good news. That's very fair and very, very just. Yeah?
Yes, Master.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad for the royal house because she has been so loyal and good and serving the royal family and you can say also the country for so long, many decades, voluntarily.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, unconditionally.
Yeah, and tirelessly. So it's very good.
Yeah, so that's good news.
More good news.
There is some not so good news. North Korea say it stands with Russia against NATO's brutal threat. North Korea even blamed the US for the crisis in Ukraine, saying that the West forced Russia to take military action in Ukraine to protect itself.
What did the West do? How did they do it? We never heard anything like that.
Yeah.
We never heard anything like that. Just the first thing I heard about Ukraine is Crimea.
Yes.
Crimea has been taken away by Russia. That's the only time I heard. I have not been involved in any of this worldly stuff. It just passed by. It is now recently that they have been doing more and more, aggressive military actions.
Yes, that's right.
Military operations in Ukraine, and then the whole world was alarmed, and that's how I came to know also, by the way, because I was looking for something else, and by the way, this news came out together,
Yes.
It doesn't seem fair. The West is not brutal. Russia is a brutal one.
Absolutely.
Russia started it all. Yeah.
That's right, absolutely.
And even if the West did something to Russia or provoke Russia, it has nothing to do with the poor, placid, and humble farming population of Ukraine.
Yes, exactly.
Look at the tens of millions of them
who have
run away. If they were really an aggressive country, they would have prepared
done
something more or invaded their neighbor. Nothing, they never did it.
That's true. Yes.
They were not even in NATO, not even in the European Union.
Right.
So what does Ukraine have to do with the West, even if the West has any brutal tendency? But no, the West, like America, has just been helping Ukraine. It's like responsive kind of counteracting the Russian invasion as well.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So if the West did not help Ukraine, then should North Korea be happy to see that Russia is coming and just killing children, women, raping everybody, and then bombing and destroying every city like that? And the West should just fold their hands and watch, stand by and look on? Would North Korea be happy to see that? Would North Korea, for example, be happy to experience that kind of thing for themselves?
No.
If Russia comes and invades North Korea and rapes their women and children like that, would they be happy then? And the West will just stand by and do nothing to help North Korea, and then would they be happy?
I don't think so.
It's not logical to
No.
say things. No.
Not at all.
I don't see any logic. I don't think it is the leader of North Korea who say that. There's one or two underlings who just like to make noise. If they want to express their opinion, they should think logically.
They should do more research, about the situation and about the event that they want to voice their opinion about. Don't just say things without any logic or reason. Then, other people will laugh at you thinking you're ignorant and maybe stupid.
Yeah, exactly, Master.
Or maybe they just want to make noise, just to catch attention for their own personal ego satisfaction. Yeah, just too bad, too bad. All these decades, the West did nothing to North Koreans, for example.
Yes, that's right.
So it's better they just keep peace, no? Within all nations. It's better that they should tell Russia to go home, to preserve at least the concept and the reputation of the so-called communism in other communist countries, including North Korea.
They should, yes.
That's my humble opinion. Of course, they might not like it, but the truth is the truth.
Thank you for sharing that, always.
If I can't speak the truth, then what am I here for? Huh?
That's true, Master. Thank you.
Are you happy with that?
I am. Thank you, Master.
Hope you agree with me.
I do, definitely. It's not logical.
Anything, yes.
What they're saying or who they're accusing. It's just
Yeah. It is the
unbelievable.
Russians who are brutal.
Yes, that's very clear.
The way they started the war, the way they burn all the cities and destroy all the energy centers and buildings and let the Ukrainian people freeze like that, including children, babies, infants, elderly. That's brutal, okay?
Yes, it is, Master.
Yeah, just attacking all kinds of civilians
Yes,
and killing them at random like that and forcing people to flee their homes. And now we have less and less food because of that. Because they can't do their farming. They can't even, take care of their harvested products and all that stuff. And landmines in their fields, and they cannot even farm in safety, even if they wanted to risk their lives to do their farming.
yeah. Oh, dear.
So this is not the Ukraine alone that is affected. Ukraine is affected physically, brutally by Russia. But the whole world is in trouble, in turmoil because of Russia's war.
Yes, that's true, Master.
Yeah. Food shortages and the spike in price, stable foods.
Yes.
And the survival of all the countries is at stake, is endangered. Prices are skyrocketing. Many people can't even afford food. If they warm their house, they cannot eat. If they eat, they cannot warm their house because all this gas and oil and all kinds of energy elements are short because of the war in Ukraine. It affects the whole world. That's not fair. That's brutal. Directly or indirectly affecting people. Whether killing people with missiles, guns, or knives, or raping them to death, or burying them alive, or pulling their teeth out until they die, or pulling their nails, or all kinds of this torturing that's photographed and reported on the news. Whether that's brutal directly or brutally killing people by starving the world. We have enough problems with the pandemic keep going on and even more in danger. Even the North Korean capital shut down also because of a new strange sickness. But that's the pandemic. It doesn't matter if this is the COVID-19 pandemic or not. It is North Korean people are suffering with this strange disease.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So the karma is instant, actually, anywhere. Mostly, not always. But nowadays, it seems like instant karma.
Wow. Yes.
Terrible. I think North Korea should just keep peace with all its neighbors. If they cannot help to bring peace or to negotiate peace for Ukraine or any other poor country victimized by Russia, then they should just keep quiet and peaceful.
Agree, definitely. They should.
No more inciting war and hatred and making excuses for the brutal aggressor to exercise more power, more atrocity on the weak and poor countries like Ukraine.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, just put the word Ukraine everywhere. I like that.
Ukraine, yes.
Ukraine, just to help them.
Yes.
I hope at least through our good wishes that they can reign their own country.
Yes, very good.
And no other country will come in and mess up, killing their people, stealing their food, stealing their children, raping their women and infants. That is not even war. That's evil.
Yes, Master, that is. Absolutely.
In society, for example, in North Korea, if somebody rapes somebody there, he will die immediately. The leader, Kim Jong-un, would never let that man live.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so it's the same with Russia doing that in Ukraine.
Exactly.
That is beyond brutality, beyond atrocity. Just evil. Evil outright. Pure evil. So I don't agree with North Korea, who blames the West and sides with Russia. No, no, no.
That's right.
Is that all the bad news you have?
Master, people are still worried that China will invade Taiwan in the future. Can you please share your thoughts?
Things seem to calm down now. And I trust that President Xi Jinping will not want to make any war at all for any reason. But it still could be likely. It depends on the karma of the Taiwanese people. If they don't change more, or the Chinese people might have some economic setback, then they might use Taiwan as an excuse to blur it out.
Wow.
Or the karma of Taiwan is big enough for that to happen.
Wow.
But haven't told me that if China ever invades Taiwan, then China will lose. I say, huh? How can they lose? China is big, Taiwan is small. How can they lose?
Wow.
They say because America will not let China invade Taiwan, and America will win, not China.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
what haven't told me.
CSIS conducted 24 wargame iterations of a Chinese invasion of Taiwan. The good news is that Chinese forces were unable to conquer the island, and Taiwan endured as an autonomous democracy. However, the costs were sobering. Bases on Guam were devastated. The Taiwanese economy suffered extensive damage. Japan was often dragged into the war and its bases attacked. China also took terrible losses, often including more than 100 warships and tens of thousands of soldiers killed, wounded, or captured. The terrifying possibility of nuclear escalation also looms over any war involving two nuclear powers. The costs and risks for both sides strongly argue for avoiding war.
I hope nobody wins.
Yes, Master.
I really hate to talk about this, but since it has to be told, I told you.
Thank you, Master.
Did I answer you now?
Yes, you did. Thank you, Master.
I just hope nothing happens between China and Taiwan. I don't hope for America to win in the war with China concerning Taiwan. I wish nobody wins anything except to live with each other in peace and to pray to God for forgiveness and to turn vegan so that this world will be a paradise for all of them to enjoy, for their children, great-grandchildren, future generations. Because this world is very pleasant to live in already. It's very good.
There's something else. Last time you spoke about the karma of each country. You mentioned also that some countries have more karma. Could you please tell us which countries?
Oh, wow. Can you guarantee my safety then? Don't worry. I have never felt safe in this world. In the beginning of my mission, yes. Less and less as the days go by.
Oh, gosh.
All right, I tell you.
Okay, thank you, Master.
Listen well. I tell you only the top 10. Listen, these are very sensitive issues.
Yes.
I wish I never have to know about it, and I wish I never have to tell. But I answer you, maybe the world should know, so that they will consider and pray to God for forgiveness, or have to consider and reflect on their own behavior as the governmental body or as individual citizens.
Yes, Master.
It's also good. I always risk myself anyway already. To be in this world for me is already a big risk.
Yes, Master.
When I remember how Jesus died and how his disciples also died so gruesomely. Oh God, terrible. Oh, how can anybody do that to the Master and the very harmless and good disciples? They didn't do anything wrong.
No, Master.
Oh, they're terrible the way they killed him. Terrible. Such evil. The worst karma is just getting worse and worse. No, Not just that time when they crucify the Lord Jesus, but it gets worse because of the things they do to each other and to the poor, innocent, defenseless animal people, animal citizens. All the masters shed tears looking down in the world, see how people, animal people, beings have to suffer.
Yeah, I bet they do.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Thank you, Master.
From the worst to the least worst.
Okay.
Top 10. The worst karma. The country who has the worst karma in the whole world is Iran.
Whoa.
And it's not the whole of Iran. In some countries, it's concentrated in only one area.
Yes.
And the rest of the areas have less. For example, in Tehran, is Tehran the capital of Iran, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure, because I'm dictated this way, but
Yes.
I wasn't sure if Tehran is the capital. I kind of vaguely know that, but I did not really pay too much attention. So in Tehran, it's 72% karma,
Wow. Oh my goodness.
bad karma.
Wow.
And the rest of the country of Iran is only 28%.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Apart from Tehran, 72%. The rest of Iran has 28%. My God, what did they do? What kind of things they did that made them so badly judged by heavens like this?
Wow.
I did not ask. I did not ask. Maybe I asked later on because I was so stunned and I did not think I would talk about that publicly. So I did not ask further why. So now, the country who has the second worst karma is Warsaw, Poland.
Oh wow.
This shocked me. I said, but how can Warsaw have? Let me look at my writing very quick. 63 plus percent.
Wow. For Poland.
Warsaw
That's
alone.
surprising.
And
Wow.
the rest of Poland is 22%. But that's still a lot together with the capital,
Yes.
Warsaw.
Wow.
I didn't check all of them, but I checked the top 3. And I asked, but how can Warsaw have mounted to number 2 in the worst karmic countries of the world? And God told me, because Warsaw people don't believe in God.
Oh my goodness.
I can't believe it. But I can't believe it. No way. One of the popes came from Poland, and I think Pope John Paul II, number 3, is a Kremlin in Russia. The Kremlin has 62% karma.
Wow.
And the whole rest of Russia, only 21.5% karma. Oh, this is percentage.
Yes, okay.
I was thinking maybe I'm wrong. So I asked again, is that Kremlin alone or Russia together? 62%, for example. They say no. Kremlin alone is, like, for example, Tehran alone is 72%.
Yes.
Warsaw is 63%, and Kremlin alone is 62%. The rest of the country is so much, I told you already.
Yes, that's right.
Kremlin alone is 62%. And altogether, the rest of Russia is 21.5%.
Wow.
These are the top 3, yeah? So now, the next one. Number 4 is the Netherlands.
Netherlands at number 4.
Yeah, they mention Amsterdam. Sometimes they mention the capital first, but this one they mention the Netherlands first. And I say the Netherlands. Total or any city, they told me Amsterdam, 59% karma.
Wow.
I didn't ask further how much is the rest. I did not. I thought it's okay. I feel already very, very, very scared and very sad.
That's so surprising. You would never know. You would never guess that these countries look okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, apart from Russia.
I was as much surprised as you, or even more. I did not expect all this list or the answers to me.
Yeah.
I did not expect. So in between some of them, I would just pause. I just said, no, God, no. It's not possible. God, not possible. Please, can you tell me again? Heaven, can you tell me again? They told me exactly the same numbers again.
Yeah.
They say, whatever you have written down, whatever you heard, that is exact. We cannot change it.
Oh my goodness.
Number 5, Deutschland. That's what they spelled to me. They said Deutschland. They didn't say Germany.
Oh, wow.
Deutschland is 55%.
Wow. 55.
I would think maybe Deutschland would be above these few countries at least, but not.
Yes.
So
55.
surprising.
Wow, you think that
55.
they're really good. Oh my god, and that is surprising. This is very surprising. Really
Yeah.
shocking. All these.
Heaven's
so far.
judgment is not what we think,
Yeah.
I never thought of Tehran, Iran as number 1 on the list.
Yeah.
I never thought of Poland, Warsaw, number 2.
Yes, me too.
Yeah. Kremlin, maybe 2, 3 or something. But Deutschland is low in the middle of the list only.
Yeah.
Deutschland, 55%. And I asked if it's concentrated in any special area. They say no, the whole country is 55.
Oh wow.
I guess they suffer enough with the war before that. They also suffer a lot.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, number 6, they told me the name of the city first. Fukushima, Japan.
Oh.
52%.
Wow.
52 little plus percent.
Ah.
Yeah, in Fukushima. I didn't ask for the rest.
Right.
Okay, I could ask now. One moment. No, only that.
Okay.
Fukushima concentrated there, and the rest may be very little. Or it's just spread out together already, but Fukushima is the main subject. There's no more other karma.
Yes, okay.
Now, number 7, Denmark. Huh?
Wow. Denmark.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you surprised
Yes,
again?
Again.
I
You would
asked
think those are
whether-
very good countries.
I know. I asked whether or not karma is particularly concentrated on any special city or not. But Denmark doesn't say any city, just 51.5%.
Wow. Denmark seems I would have thought that's such a peaceful country. 51% karma. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, one of the happiest countries in the world.
Yes.
I'm more surprised than you, believe me. I was shocked. That's why I didn't ask so many questions, and I didn't know what to ask because they keep telling me one country after another. And after the 10, I said, that's enough. Okay, I don't have time right now. I said, just tell me the worst ones. The rest probably I don't need to know. And the other countries, the rest of the world, after the top 10 is less than 50%. That's why they don't tell me.
Okay.
I hope people are not going to hate me so much.
Oh.
That's why I told you it's very risky things that I'm doing.
Yes, it is. It is.
A risky thing to say. But if I know something and it doesn't harm and is the truth, and then it might help them to reflect and repent, then I just have to risk it.
Yes, Master.
If they kill me, they kill me. If I die, I die. All right, now, it was number 7, right?
Yeah,
now,
it was number 7, now number 8.
Number 8, DR Congo.
Ah, wow. Democratic Republic of Congo.
Mhm.
Ah, wow.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Hmm.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
This is very surprising. Well, we
Okay.
don't know. We don't know much.
Yeah, I was so shocked. I was kind of shocked. I feel a little trembling, because I never check these things.
Yes.
I just think of the world as I have been karma anyway. I never think of checking even.
Yes, Master.
Only when in one of the meditations about some bad news or bad punishment coming or something, then I would ask why? Why? Yeah. Okay, what is that, number 8 now? 51%.
Oh, wow. 51.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, number 9, Zimbabwe.
Ooh.
Do you believe that?
Wow.
50.4%.
Oh, gosh.
Now, number 10, China.
Oh.
You believe it? You're surprised again, right?
Wow. That's the least.
Yeah,
The least.
China.
Wow.
50.3%.
Oh, my God.
Even after Zimbabwe.
Wow. Oh, man. These are really shocking. What a surprise.
You're telling me. It is like that. I was so shocked that I just could not move.
Yes.
I could not think. I hope the people of these top 10 countries and the rest of the world do reflect within, do ask God for forgiveness, do turn around and be real humans with benevolence, with mercy, with compassion. Turn around, be vegan, make peace, do good deeds if you can, or praise someone who does good deeds. Even if you can't do it, just praise them openly or within your heart. That's all. Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds. So even if God punishes us physically in this lifetime for the burden of the great summary of sins, our souls still will be pardoned and liberated.
Yes, Master.
Not coming back again to take all the karma that is still there, waiting for you to punish you again in next lifetime. Just now talking to you, I can only think of this explanation that the people who were born into these above mentioned countries must have done something in their past life or lives.
Ah, right. Yes, Master.
So that's why in this lifetime, it might not be evident.
Ah, right. Okay, that makes sense.
It must have been like that, like in the Bible says, the sin of the ancestors.
Yes.
But who are the ancestors? It's us also anyway. We reborn again and again and again.
That's also true, yes.
A lot of evidence nowadays, people know, people prove that reincarnation exists.
Yes, Master.
100% definitely. There's no doubt, no more argument about that.
My name is Dr. Walter Semke. I'm the president of Reincarnation Research. The pioneer in reincarnation research is Dr. Ian Stevenson at the University of Virginia. For 40 years, he traveled around the world studying young children with spontaneous memories of past lives. From these cases, we can derive principles of reincarnation. One of the patterns is that people have the same personalities and talents and can look exactly like they did in their past incarnations. Barbara was born 9 years after Anne Frank died. When Barbara was a little child and said, "My name is Anna Frank," she had spontaneous memories of her past life as Anne Frank. At the time, her parents didn't even know who Anne Frank was because the diary of Anne Frank was not yet published, and they thought she was making this all up. What makes her case compelling is not that she has the same facial features as Anne Frank, but she had memories from childhood, and by the time she was 10, her parents took her to Amsterdam, and the father wanted to go see the Anne Frank Museum. Barbara said, "We don't need a cab, it's right near here." And they said, "How can you possibly know? You've never been here." Somehow Barbara went straight to the Anne Frank house, looked at a wall and said, "Mommy, look, the pictures of the movie stars are still on the wall." And her mother looked at the wall and said, "Barbara, there's nothing there." And the tour guide said, actually, the pictures that Anne Frank had clipped out of magazines of movie stars had been on that wall. That was the first time her parents realized her past life memories were real, or that her reported memories were not fantasies. And Barbara became a childhood writing prodigy, just like Anne Frank had her first book published at age 12.
The other kids, when they were younger, say, "I want to be a fireman. I want to be an astronaut." But I was always, "I want to be a fighter pilot."
From the age of 3, James's parents began to hear stories from their son that shocked them. That their son was recalling things that connected him to a Navy pilot who died in 1945. They were skeptical. As Christians, they never believed in reincarnation. But they began to piece together an amazing story. The first clue came from the terrifying, non-stop nightmares that James began having at the age of 2.
He was saying, "Airplane crash on fire, little man can't get out. Airplane crash on fire, little man can't get out." That's when I was like, oh my God, is that what he's been dreaming this entire time?
what he was saying wasn't registering as much on me as what he was doing. He was flailing around in bed.
Within a year, the visions that greeted James in his nightmares began taking shape when he was wide awake.
I was reading to James, and then he sat up and he goes, "Mama, the little man's going like this." And he laid down and he goes, and he did the same thing he did in his dream. He was kicking his feet up and he goes, "The little man's going like this. Ooh, 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 can't get out, can't get out." And I sat him back up and I said, "Who's the little man?" And he goes, "Me." It still makes my hair stand up. And Bruce said, "What happened to your plane?" And he said, "It crashed on fire." And he said, "Why did your airplane crash?" And he said, "It got shot."
James then gave his parents the next uncanny clue, one that was very specific, the name of a ship from which he says his aircraft took off.
So I said, "Well, did your boat have a name?" And he said, Natoma. And I'd never heard the word before. And I went down the hall and got onto the computer and Googled it. And down around hit 300, all there was this thing, Natoma Bay CVE 62. Clicked on it, and up comes this history of a World War II aircraft carrier. I had no answers. How could he know this? How could he know a person? How could he know a ship?
Then James started drawing the same thing over and over, like a movie compressed all into one frame. An air battle. Flak. A plane on fire. And his signature, James 3.
So one day I was in the kitchen, I was washing dishes, James had breakfast, and he had the airplane, he was just flying around like this. And he goes, "Mama, before I was born, I was a pilot and my airplane got shot in the engine and crashed in the water, and that's how I died." And I was just froze.
The next breakthrough came when Bruce was invited to the Natoma Bay Veterans Reunion. He asked about the names of men killed in battle. And this led him to finally solving the mystery of James 3.
He called me on the phone and he said, "You won't believe this. There's only one guy from Natoma Bay who was killed during the battle for Iwo Jima, and his name was James M. Houston Jr." And I said, "Wait, that would make our James 3." I was so excited. I'm like, "That's it." "That's him. It's James M. Houston. His name is James. It's the James 3."
James Houston Jr., World War II Navy pilot. At age 21, on March 3, 1945, his plane was shot down over Chichijima. Now, the skeptical parents were sitting on compelling proof that their little boy really was reincarnated.
Master, it seems you have answered this, but is there any way they can reduce their karma?
Yeah, turn around. Turn around. You turn. Be a different person. Then karma cannot reach you. If you are vegan, if you pray to God daily for forgiveness, if you repent truly in your heart, and do whatever you can to help others, be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, or praise people who do good deeds, acknowledge them, either physically, openly, verbally, actively, or just in your heart. Be sincere, be repentant, be humbly asking for God's forgiveness. Remember God all the time. Respect God's law. Thou shalt not kill. If you're going south, it's not that difficult. I tell you truly, if you just turn around, then you'll be forgiven. Whatever you did wrong before, don't do it again. And even if you don't remember what you did wrong, you must know in this lifetime the world suffers too much, including yourself. Then we must have done something terrible, that we violated the law of the universe. So we have to all repent all the time, every day praying for forgiveness. Be thankful for whatever you have and was given to you. And pray for protection, pray for forgiveness, and turn around. If you're going south all the time, even if you know it's wrong or not know it is wrong, but if somebody told you, no, that road is no good, you can't. You have to U-turn. In the south right now, there is war, there is famine, there is bad damage destroy roads, destroy cities, you go back north. If you listen to that advice, just turn around, go to the north. Then the south problem won't reach you.
Yes.
That's all, very simple. I cannot give initiation to the whole world because I don't know who wants it. And if it's impossible, only they have to go into a place together. And I either do it myself, give the initiation, or through the representative, I empower that person to do the initiation on my behalf. Only for that time. In God's grace, God's blessing.
Right, yes.
The people have to be vegan and vow to be vegan for life.
There is another topic.
Tell me.
Yeah, Baba Vanga, the lady prophet, predicted a solar tsunami and also a nuclear explosion will go off in 2023. The toxic clouds will be seen over Asia, and the solar tsunami will fatally destroy the Earth's magnetic field, causing blackouts and communication failures.
Sometimes already did some small parts already.
Wow.
Sometimes we also had some communication blackouts.
Yes.
Maybe today is also one of those things because I had no internet all day long.
Oh, yeah, possible.
I couldn't work. It's begun already, just not on a big scale. I hope my protectors can help to erase some, to ease some part of it. But I am not sure about anything anymore because the karma of humans has been brewing up and has matured to such an extent. It's maturing so fast and so enormously that I can't think fast enough even.
Wow.
Not to talk about acting.
Yes, Master.
So whatever comes, we just do whatever we can. That's all. Heaven and my little self helping hands.
Thank you, Heaven. Thank you, Master. We are very grateful and blessed to have this help.
Thank God.
Thanks, God.
Repent to God. Ask God for forgiveness all the time. Thank God all the time. Baba Vanga predicted many accurate things. And other things people say were not correct. But that was because heavens interfered. All the saints and sages and all the good people in the world were praying. That's why it became less or became zero. So we always have to thank God that our prayers are heard and heavens interfere and help.
Oh, yes. Thanks, God.
Yes. And the nuclear now.
Yeah.
What? She predicted an explosion?
Exactly. A nuclear explosion will go off in 2023 over Asia. Toxic clouds will be seen over Asia.
Yeah. And I did read about that. Heaven told me it will be in North Korea.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The explosion will be in North Korea.
Oh.
And I asked why. I say, North Korea, why? Somebody will come and bomb North Korea with nuclear weapons. They say, no. Nobody wants to bomb North Korea anyway. They still hope to make peace and negotiate peacefully. Nobody hates North Korea. They just want to help.
Right.
Because even if there's any aggression, it's not the North Korean people. Mostly in any country who makes war, who has an aggressive tendency or action toward others, is just government leaders.
That's right. Yes, exactly.
Just a few of them, and then because they have power and they control, so they do or they will do all that. It's not the normal people. Normal citizens just wish to have peace, have bread on the table, and, have happiness with family. That's all. Raise their children, put them in college and make sure they're safe. And then make sure they have enough of a fortune to marry them, help them in any way. That's all. Most normal people don't ask anything more than that. Only these devilishly ambitious so-called leaders of those nations, any nation would even think of making war or harassing or bullying other weaker or so-called poorer, less defensive countries.
Yes, Master.
I saw in the atmosphere, nobody hates North Korea at all. They feel sorry somehow and try to help. So if they even take my humble advice, I think I want to tell the North Korean leaders and the government there, please don't touch nuclear power. Don't develop any nuclear tech because your people might not have enough talent, might not have enough knowledge or technical advancement to develop nuclear weapons. And it might, because an accident and you blow your own country up.
Oh,
That's what they told me.
wow.
The heavens told me. So I advise them, please don't do anything with nuclear power. Better not.
Wow.
A broken arrow is the Pentagon's phrase for a serious nuclear weapon accident that could threaten the public. According to the Pentagon, there have been 33 broken arrows in the history of our nuclear program. That's the official number. But I feel very confident in saying it's a lot more than 33. This technology has constantly been on the verge of slipping out of our control. I got a document through the Freedom of Information Act that lists more than 1,000 accidents and incidents involving nuclear weapons just between 1950 and 1968. Damascus, Arkansas, a workman drops a tool in a missile silo. The tool hits the missile, causes a fuel leak, and on top of the missile is the most powerful nuclear warhead the United States has ever built. Maintenance work is being done on an atomic bomb, and the worker doesn't realize that one of the pins in the plug of the testing equipment is bent. When he plugs the pin into the atomic bomb, it fully arms the bomb and nearly detonates the bomb, which would have destroyed a large part of the Florida coast.
It is estimated that because of nuclear weapons testing in the United States, over 300,000 Americans have lost their lives. It seems as the United States killed more of its own people to develop these weapons.
One of the problems with complex technological systems is you never know where a potentially catastrophic problem can begin. We're very good at creating complex technological systems, not as good at managing them, and not very good at all when something goes wrong with them.
It's not easy to make an atom bomb, or a nuclear bomb.
Yes, I can imagine. It wouldn't be.
Yeah. You have to really know how, huh?
Yeah, I would imagine.
If one person in the team even makes just 1 millimeter or less nanomillimeter mistake, then the bomb will explode.
Wow.
Or even if they succeed in making a bomb, those who take care of them could make a mistake also afterward.
Yes.
And then the whole country will be doomed. Will be gone.
That's very scary.
Yeah, it is scary. My God.
They don't know what they're playing with.
You cannot imagine it, but think of Hiroshima. For example, look back at those photos.
Yes.
And look at the documentary, how people still suffer nowadays. They don't look like humans, those who suffer, the victims of the Hiroshima atom bomb.
Yes.
They don't look like humans. They suffer enormously. Remember, not all the people who died or suffered or maimed in the war are the true karmic contributors.
Right.
2 times, recently and a long time before, I say the war is not because Ukraine's karma is that big.
Yes.
But I thought I could be wrong. So when I asked about which country has karma, why so much war, and they told me because every country has karma, and then the collective karma will kill this and that area or people.
Yes.
So I was asking, can you tell me which country? And then they told me that top 10 list.
Yeah.
But Ukraine's not in the top 10.
No, that's right.
Not even in the top 30 if it continues.
Wow.
So these people who happen to be born in such and such top 10 country might have done something else, more drastically in the past lives. So now they have paid their debt somewhere, maybe in hell or something, and they are allowed to be born again in that and that country, but still the karma is not yet done. So if something happens to them or they have to go back to hell again, it's because of that, of the storage karma.
All right.
But this lifetime, being a human, they have a chance to redeem it. And very quickly, my God, what for I tell all this if it's not truth? What do I gain from it?
Oh, that's right.
Just be vegan, repentant, make peace. Ask God for forgiveness, okay? That's included. Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds. That's to show you are repentant, you U-turn. Killing karma will add more and more karma, and it will punish you, torture you in hell, no end, since you already have bad karma. There's no merit anywhere to make up for it. Some people eat meat all their lives, but they have maybe very huge good karma in former lives. So therefore they might be spared from COVID karma, COVID-19, or spared from any other horrible death. But that doesn't mean it might spare you in hell.
Ah, yes.
Or next lifetime.
For Josh Miles, coming down with the flu turned into a life-changing experience. He was sick with a 106-degree fever.
That's right. His dad was so concerned that he took him to the ER. And on his way there, Josh's soul left his body. And he says he went straight to hell.
The torture is at a level that you really can't comprehend in the human mind. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty, it's a hard thing for sure, especially if you're going to be there for eternity. It's so hot. And we're talking like thousands of degrees hot, and there's so much torment. Your body is not burned. Your skin is not burned. It's not getting eaten by heat or anything like that. It's just you feel so much heat and so much torment, but yet your body itself is not experiencing any effect of that. You're feeling so much pain and regret and paranoia and all of these different emotions at one time. I tell people, you imagine your worst day you could ever have, and it's multiplied tenfold, thousandfold when you're in hell. It's a place that I really, you should be scared of it.
Wow.
People think that God sent people to hell. We choose our own. God gave us a will for a reason. We choose our own path of life. And if you choose him, that's where you end up. If you choose another way, then hell's where you end up. It's not like God is like, hey, people go to hell. He wants us to go to heaven. He wants us to live with him. He wants us to be his bride. But we have to choose him. But there's millions of people in hell. Like, it is millions upon millions. And everybody's standing on like shelves of rock, like molten rock. And everybody's screaming out and in turmoil. And it's crazy because you are in pain and turmoil yourself. This is true. But to see other people go through that kind of turmoil hurts even more, and you can remember the things that you did on this earth, secrets and things like that. And you actually have a hunger and a thirst for God himself because you didn't make it and you're just begging him to come get you. But you already know it's too late. And that makes it even more painful when you have a love for God. And sometimes we take advantage of that here. And then you end up in hell. You don't have a choice anymore because you're there.
So why do you think the Lord took you down to hell and then also showed you heaven?
I think it was to give people perspective. Yes, heaven is a wonderful thing. That is true. But hell is also something to take serious. People, you can go to church every day and still go to hell. People have to understand that you have to really walk this life out.
Now, Josh, you say that death is not the worst thing that can happen to a person. Why do you say that?
Death is not the worst thing. The worst thing is, where will you go when you die? I think people kind of misconstrued that. Like, don't be scared of death. Don't rush to it, obviously, but don't be scared of it. But it depends on where you're going when you die. Are you really walking out this life of God for real? I don't mean just going to church. I don't mean just feeding the poor. I don't mean just praying 8 hours a day. I'm talking about really walking this life out in every area that you can. So you have to realize that you don't have time. You don't have tomorrow. You don't have the next hour. You don't have the next minute. You have to really understand that I need to walk this out and have a heart for God right now. Because if you can't tell yourself, if I went and died right now, that I will be for sure going for heaven. If you're not completely sure about that, you have a really hard task, and you really need to fix that. You really need to have a heart after God and really walk with him, because you are not guaranteed your next moment. I'm 25 years old. That happened to me out of nowhere from the flu. I've had the flu so many times in my life. And that happened to just happen out of nowhere. And I'm only 25 years old.
You must pray, please, all the world people. Please pray so that your mind can be more clear, so that you can know what to do. If you don't know, please believe me, I have no reason to tell you a lie at all. If I tell you a lie, God will punish me, and I know that. When people tell lies, and when it harms other people, their tongues will be cut off for an endless time in hell.
Wow.
Be vegan, serve others, pray to God, make peace, of course. But best of all is to know God. Know the spirit that dwells within you. To know the word of God. The inner sound, the inner melodies, the inner music. That is not the music, that's not the melody, but is the teaching directly from God. All of you, my so-called disciples, by the way, I take this opportunity to remind you again, do Kuan, do more Kuan, do the proportionate Kuan time. That cleanses everything and protects you from everything, and liberates you to the ends of our heavens even. All right, any more good news, bad news?
That's it, Master, for today. I think that's everything that I wanted to bring up.
Thank God.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
Okay, God bless you. God bless all of you. God bless all of you, the in-house team, remote, and all other indirect teams that work for the world. And I wish the world will be vegan, make peace, do good deeds to save themselves, to save the planet for themselves, for their children. Please pray for world peace, world vegan, and liberation. World peace, world vegan, liberation. Pray to God every day for that. Then you have everything you need. Now, or at least hereafter. At least you'll be liberated. Thank you, all of you, the teams, and good luck. Best wishes to all beings on this planet. Please, God, forgive us all. Please, God, bless us all. Please, God, for love's sake, please help us. Amen.
Amen.
We sincerely thank Most Gracious Master for your precious time and the urgent reminder for us all to quickly awaken and act now to rescue ourselves and this home planet for future generations. May Master's caring messages and invaluable spiritual information shared while risking her safety be heeded and bear fruit very soon. Our hearts pray for a lasting peace on a rising, totally vegan world, nourished by divine inspired benevolence and loving kindness. Wishing cherished Master to enjoy wellness and tranquil and safe surroundings provided by the all-merciful Goddess. To hear what touching plea Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, made to God, more about what awaits those who are vegan and pray for forgiveness, and how good and bad karma work in the astral heavens, please tune in on Friday, February 10th, 2023, on Between Master and Disciples for the full broadcast of this phone call. Also, for your reference, please check out the previous related Fly-In News or Between Master and Disciples conferences such as Fly-In News, Pray for World Liberation, Between Master and Disciples, Go in the Direction of Peace and Be Grateful to Have a Better Life, Last Call to Turn Vegan and Repent Sincerely, The World Left Ukraine to Fight Alone, Make Peace with Animal People, Turn Vegan, Make Peace with Humanity, No More War, God will forgive us if we forgive others, Purify yourself and worship only God, etc. To view these and more related Between Master and Disciples conferences, all free for download, please visit suprememastertv.com and search for Countries with Most Karma.